chords are simple, so don't judge me. I wrote this song while driving around Sydney. It's about driving around Sydney. I suppose that's an offence, but anyway, it's called Lollipop Girl. I've driven round the block 6 times just to watch her twirl that sign. I rolled down the window and asked for directions. I hope she didn't notice my imperfection. She said she was from County Clare. I said, what are you doing down here? She said, I'm closing down George Street while I'm lighting up Pitt Street. I got Sydney at my feet. I rule your world. I'm your lollipop girl, Irish lollipop girl. A smile brought the city to a halt. She shrugged like it wasn't her fault. Her blonde hair tumbled from under her hard hat. I've never seen high-vis worn like that. I said, one thing I've got to know. But she pointed to her sign and it just said go. Cause she's closing down George Street while she's lighting up Pitt Street. She's got Sydney at her feet. She rules my world. She's my lollipop girl, Irish lollipop girl. The lilt of Connemara is in her voice, drowning out the big city noise, as she stands there like some Celtic queen. I hope to God she's wearing some Factor 15 while she's closing down George Street and lighting up Pitt Street. She's got Sydney at her feet. She rules our world. She's my lollipop girl, Irish lollipop girl. She could be from County Down or maybe Sligo Town. She's a lovely lass. God, I love her. Stop sign. Thank you. Yeah, driving in Sydney is tough. I was driving here today. I've changed. You know, you can change the voice on your sat nav. So I've put John Bon Jovi's voice on mine, which is fine. But he just keeps telling me I'm halfway here. This is called Time Is Running Out. Thunder rolling in off the reef, and a heat haze covered the bay. When a stranger approached me, he said, man, it's hot today. Well, it's been that way since springtime, sir. You must be new in town. He replied, this weather ain't normal. Something's coming down. He said, I'm catching a midnight train. Told me I should head south. No point holding out, oh Big Ben, 'cause time is running out. I woke in a feverish morning, wiped the sweat beads from my brow. I was thinking about his warning. Well, it all made sense somehow. You see, the chief of police has vanished. The judge is drinking himself to hell. And who exactly is running the jailhouse? Well, it's getting kinda hard to tell. Someone better do something, but that there can be no doubt. 'Cause every time that church bell rings, time is running out. politician set up a meeting. He's treating us like fools. Said we can look at the options, maybe change some of the rules. But hardly anybody could make it. See, smoke had covered the bridge and choked up all of the traffic from the fires burning out on the ridge. I ran in there like a raging bull. I wanna punch him in the mouth, try to get it through his thick skull. That time is running out. The land is cracked and broken, lake beds almost dry, and in the quiet of the evening you can hear the wildlife cry. In the bar they're busy denying anything is wrong. They're cashing their company paychecks, singing that company song. I heard a preacher saying only God can break this drought, but I think we're done with praying and time is running out. Thank you. I'll do a cover version if I can get it right. This is I think it's a James Taylor. Claims he wrote it. I heard Bob Dylan singing it, but I think it's a really, really old song. It's called "The Water Is Wide." Water is wide, I can't swim over. Neither have I wings to fly. Build me a boat that can carry two, and boat your row, my love and I. There is a ship, it sails the sea, loaded deep can be, but not as deep as this love I'm in. I know not if I sink or swim. Oh, the water is wide, I can't cross over, nor have I the wings to fly. Build me a boat that can carry two, and boat your row, my love and I. Oh, love is gentle, love is kind, fair as a jewel when first it's through. But love grows old and waxes cold and fades away like some morning dew. Oh, the water is wide, I can't cross over, and neither have I wings to fly. Build me a boat that can carry two, and boat your row, my love and I, and boat your row, this song when I went to Tokyo. I don't know if you've ever been to Japan, but it's a busy place. And we're in a place called Shinjuku, and if you come out of the wrong entrance in the station, you could be about 4 kilometers from where you need to be. We've been there a couple of days, and we were going for dinner at this set of traffic lights, and there's hundreds of people walking around, many of them looking at their mobile phones trying to find their directions. And this young American girl came up to us and asked us if we knew where this hotel was, and we could tell she was a bit nervous. She was very young, and she'd been walking around for half an hour sort of wandering the street, so we sort of knew where she had to go, so we walked along the street with her, showed her where to go. And this song sort of came out of that. It's called Lost in Tokyo. Almost everything in it is true. Cassie was from Nebraska. She was lost in Tokyo, wandering through Shizuoka. Sorry, I'll start again. I got one. Cassie was from Nebraska. She was lost in Tokyo. North Platte's got a big rail yard, but you should see Shinjuku. Looking for her sister, yeah, man, it's hard, you know. She's missing Buffalo Bill and that hometown rodeo. I was wearing my public image and standing at a neon crossroads. I caught a bullet from Osaka, but I got lost in Tokyo. Renee came from LA. She got lost in Tokyo, but she found her northern soul on a May day in Nagio. Yeah, the rain pours here too. Man, it's hard, you know. Saturated cities, electric puddles seem to glow. I was wearing my public image and standing at a neon crossroads. I caught a bullet from Osaka, but I got lost in Tokyo. Jesus loves you, Cassie. It's just that he's asleep. Take a look around yourself, all these promises he has to keep. All these promises he has to keep. Michael came from Sligo. He got lost in Tokyo, wandering through Shibuya, looking for a punk rock show. But the clubs have all closed down. Yeah, man, it's hard, you know, when the dream has faded, but you just won't let it go. And I'm wearing my public image. I'm standing at a neon crossroads. I caught a bullet from Osaka, but I got lost in Tokyo. Yeah, Jesus loves us, Cassie. It's just that he's asleep. Take a look around yourself, all those promises he had to keep, and all those promises we have to keep. Thank you. We're going for time. I'm feeling a bit seedy today because I had a bit of a big night last night. I actually had whiskey poured down my throat by a very beautiful Swedish lady through a heated bone. And the first time for everything. I learned two things from that. The first thing I learned is you're never too old to try something new. The second thing I learned was I actually like having whiskey poured down my throat through a heated bone by a young Swedish lady. So I might do it again. This is another song I wrote a couple of years ago. It's about breaking up with someone who turned out to be, well, a witch, but I wouldn't say that. So this is called What I'm Not Saying. She left one Tuesday night, disappeared into the fog, and left me bewildered, like a prince who'd kissed the wrong frog. She left me a treasure chest, but she didn't give me the key. So I used to sit on it while I stared at the broken TV. And I'm not saying she could have been better. I'm not saying I wish I never met her. I'm not saying anything. You just don't know who's listening. Well, she may have been a witch. There's a black cat hanging around. It stares at me all night, though it never makes a sound. And there's a presence in my room, and there's a creaking on the stairs, and there's a low moaning wind. Ooh, sounds like someone's whispered prayers. And I'm not saying she could have been better. I'm not saying I wish I never met her. I'm not saying anything. You just don't know who's listening. I'm not saying I was right. I'm not saying she was wrong. I'm not saying if things were different, she might not be gone. I'm not saying what you think. I'm not saying what you hear. I'm not saying anything, just in case she's there. I think she cast a spell. I'm still locked in its embrace. I can't seem to sit still. I walk the room, I pace, and there's a tapping on the window, and the air starts to vibrate. I see a shadow and look around. I watch a vision evaporate. And I'm not saying she could have been better. I'm not saying I wish I never met her. I'm not saying anything. You just don't know who's listening. You just don't know who's listening. You just don't know. Thank you. I'm running out of songs. I'll do a cover version. This is by one of my favourite songwriters, a guy called Will Sheff, who's in a band called Oakville River. And the song's called A Girl in Port. It's about one night stands, but it's quite a nice song about one night stands. Let fall your soft and swaying skirt. Let fall your shoes. let fall your shirt. I'm not the lady killing sort, enough to hurt a girl in port. Marie's gone blonde, she's lost a stone. She lay on her lawn, strong and alone. And when the morning sun it rose upon Marie in her lacy clothes, it lit her up. She walked around the winding streets of Camden Town. She doesn't know who she wants to be, but if I could, I'd tell Marie. Let fall your soft and swaying skirts, let fall your shoes, let fall your shirt. I'm not the lady killing sort, enough to hurt a girl in port. And Cindy tells me she's had fun, yeah. She's been backstage, someone's +1 up in her room. The record spins, a needle in the groove that she's worn thin. She rolls her sleeve, she sees a name. She's got a smile on her face. She's got a story we can't see, that's just between that name and Cindy. Oh, I'm a weak and lonely sort, but I'm not sailing just for sport. I've come to feel out on this sea, these urgent lives press against me. I'm just a guest, I'm not a part. My hand ahead, my empty heart. All of these years out on the sea have left me empty, cold and clear. Pour yourselves into me. Let fall your soft and swaying skirt, let fall your shoes, let fall your shirt. I'm not a lady killing sort, enough to hurt a girl in port. Thank you. I got one more. All right, I'll do another cover. You can sing along if you know it. It's more sing along than the last one. If I close my eyes when I sing, it's because there's people in the audience I owe money to. So. I'll try this. It's called I Don't Want to Talk About It. I can tell by your eyes you've probably been crying forever, and the stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you, they're a mirror. about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart, to my heart? If I stand all alone, will the shadows hide the colors of my heart? Blue for the tears, black for the night's fears. The stars in the sky, they mean nothing to you, they're a mirror. I don't wanna talk about it, how you broke my heart. If you stay here just a little bit longer, if you stay here, won't you listen to my heart, to my heart? If I stand all alone, will the shadows hide the color of my heart? For the tears, black for the night's fears. The stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you, they're a mirror. I don't wanna talk about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart, to my heart, to my heart, to my heart. Thank you for listening. Thank you to Darren and John for putting this on. Thanks everybody for playing.